Hello, my name is Govt. I'm co-founder of gaijin.com. 2gaijin.com is a second-hand item trade platform for foreigners living in Japan. If you have anything to sell or buy, or you want just to trade something or give away something for free, 2gaijin.com is a place to go. Just go there, list your item, and get your customers. So 2gaijin.com isn't only a platform for buying or selling items. Because for that, there are so many platforms like eBay, Etsy, or in Japan, it could be Mercari. Our main purpose is to connect the people, to make a strong bonds between the people inside the community who are living in Japan. So if you're having trouble, your community member could help you through tgaijin.com. So our purpose isn't just buying or selling second-hand items. It is buying and selling second-hand items through creating a strong community.
So today the topic is renting apartments in Japan, right? So the basic question even I came recently here. So the first question when we start processing, people ask me or even suggest me what to consider, what not to consider, the types basically. So what are the various types of apartments available, and what is your suggestions or comments on that?
So when you're renting an apartment in Japan, most time they'll ask like, how big do you want the room to be? That's probably one of the first questions. And in Japan, there's 1R or 1K. It's literally kind of a one room. As you know, the rent is quite expensive, so that's why the room is pretty small. And 1R, which means one room, or 1K, which means one kitchen. So it's literally a small room that has a kitchen connected to it. It literally is big enough to have one bed and kitchen in maybe a small table. That's it.
That's one type.
So that's one type. That's probably the initial something that you can call as a room to live in.
Okay.
And that's pretty Spartan, I would say. You have it's very simple. It's very minimalistic. And when you come to Japan and you maybe come with a couple or with your family, then you need something bigger. In that case, probably 1 DK or 1 LDK or 2 LDK will work for you. So probably you are going to pay higher. In Sapporo, it's a bit cheaper than other parts of the Japan. Like if you go to Tokyo or Osaka, Sapporo has less rent here. So 1 LDK, which is living, dining, kitchen, or 2 LDK, living, dining, kitchen. So you'll have two rooms, which will be dining and kitchen together, and then living room or bedroom. So in that case, you'll have something bigger. And in Japan, they also measure the rooms with tatami. Like they don't tell you which is the square meter. They'll tell you how many tatamis can fit inside, because one tatami is 1 meter to 2 meters.
Yeah, 1.5 somewhere.
Yeah, so it's like quite easy to measure according to kind of you can image in your head how big will be the room. So that's probably the room types that you're going to get. And I would say another one is about the building type. They are going definitely ask you about the building.
I want to interrupt you. Before actually going further, there is 1R and 1K. Some people say it's same and some people say different. So in short, how do you comment 1R and 1K?
If to be from the Japanese viewpoint, some Japanese buildings are very old. I mean, from 70s, 60s. Okay. Those buildings, they didn't consider having kitchen or bathroom.
Oh, okay.
So 1R probably are the old rooms, which has almost nothing, just maybe toilet. Because Japanese used to eat outside and they used to go to the public bathrooms, public bath. So that's why they didn't have a bathroom inside the building, inside the room. So that's, I think, for 1R. And 1K is when you have a room with a kitchen already there. So like my building is quite old one from 70s, 1970s. And our bathroom wasn't there. It was attached to the room later. They just cut part of the big room and put there a kind of plastic box, which was a toilet in a bathroom.
Okay. The next one you are saying 1 LDK and 2 LDK. That is meant for families. It will be good.
Like if you're a couple, I would say 1 LDK or 2 LDKs to go. Because Japanese rooms are small, and if you're cooking in your house, you'll have all the smell in your clothes and inside your house all the time. So that would be better. Plus, in Japan, it's not usual to have a balcony and then put the stuff on the balcony to dry. So if you have washed something, it will already start smelling like what you have cooked. So that's why having a bigger room will give you a bit more place to dry your clothes in a fresh way.
So coming forward, this type of the building, the structure, building structure, the wooden and other stuff.
There are several types of buildings in Japan, like a wooden, concrete, metal construction. Most time you'll find out that in Sapporo, I have seen pretty a lot of wooden buildings, and I was all the time surprised why is that. And then I learned that because of the wooden construction, after the earthquake, even though there will be cracks, it won't collapse down. The wooden structure still will be there. But with the concrete and other type of buildings, there's a possibility that it will collapse. So that's why Japanese tend to have small buildings, wooden. And if it is really big mansion, then it goes either concrete or the metal construction.
Oh, so any recommendations? Like some people get worried, right? Basically, when we foreigners comes, we
Wooden
don't know.
is good for how to say, the walls with breath kind of. So
Okay.
but in Hokkaido, it's kind of you'll need to pay a lot for getting heater because you need to keep the room heated all the time. With concrete or metal construction, you don't need that, but it will be a bit more kind of scary. That in case there's an earthquake, it will collapse your head. So there's both pros and cons of each choice.
The second question, maybe for us, my friends, I come across the renting part. So, what was the range of rents possibly for one person and three persons? How do you comment about it? How to consider as a foreigners in Japan?
Probably when you talk with real estate agents, they will tell you which room can fit. So if you say I'm 5 people, I'm 4 people family, they'll tell you which size of room will be best for you. Besides, they will have each room. They will have their criteria, how many people they can fit in. So if it's a really small room, they won't let you to get in with 4 people. So you have to consider that. The Japanese real estate agents, they're pretty well informed. So they'll tell you more or less what is possible range of the room size to get with your number of people. So that's kind of already decided. You just need to ask your real estate agent. They will tell you. If you come to our service, which is the best day that we are providing right now, we'll also advise you which one you can pick and how many people you can fit in. So that's what we can do and what's possible. Most time, if you're a foreign student, you come here single. Until PhD students, they are coming with their families because they are quite old, like aged people, I would say, like I am. So I have right now 4 family members, including me. And in that case, minimum you should, I think you should have at least 2 rooms, like 1 bedroom and 1 dining or kitchen together room. So you can have enough space for one family to fit in and don't have any, how to say, conflicts. Sometimes even neighbors can comment about your situation, telling that you're too loud. It's kind of or it's like they're smelling something weird in the morning because you cook something weird and you're the only foreigner around. So that could cause some issues. So there are several aspects that you can get commented by a real estate agent. Of course, the room size is one of them, and probably is the one of the important of them. And you'll get advice about room size. That's kind of what you can do. And I would say, as a family, don't go less than 1 or 2 LDK. It will be difficult.
What about these prices? Like, let's say this in discussion, maybe some foreign students who wants to come here also, they may see, they may don't understand all these things at the beginning. So the price numbers, if you say what is the living cost or the renting cost, so how do you comment?
if you are moving to Sapporo, or if you are already in Sapporo, or you are just new in Sapporo, Sapporo has, I would say, not that high price for living room. I mean, like a room price, but heating is quite expensive. It can cost you a lot, at least extra 10,000 yen per month in the winter time. Sometimes, if you are using gas for as a heating, then you can have 20,000 yen per month from December until March, maybe even further. Um, there are two expenses that you have to consider. One is when you're entering a new room. Second one is monthly fee. So if someone is saying this room is cheap, you have to see what's the initial fee as well. Because in Japan, there are several fees that you have to pay. If you check our previous video about like room renting, there's like a key fee, management fee, service fee. There are so many fees that's included at the beginning, and deposit and cleaning fee. So you get kind of confused why I'm paying this much. So let's say if the room itself is 30,000 yen per month, it's more or less affordable price. But as an initial fee, you are paying something maybe around 100,000 yen, like
Yes,
10万
almost.
yen to maybe 120,000 yen to 2万 yen. The reason is you are being charged as a deposit fee, maybe 1 or 2 months apartment fee, plus key fee, which will be something around 10 to 15,000 yen. Then cleaning fee, something will be around 30,000 yen. So it will add up. At the beginning, it could be a quite big lump sum that you are paying to real estate company, especially if they're taking management fee and service fee. It can go way more up. So you have to consider that when you're renting a new apartment. Plus, when you're moving to a new apartment, monthly fee plus some places have kanrehi, which means a management fee. It is added up to your apartment fee. Even in the dorms, Hokkaido dorms, they will have that fee. I think I used to pay 1,000 yen for that, which is around $10 US dollar. Yeah, so dorm itself was 18,000 plus 1,000, so 19,000 yen for the apartment, for the dorm every month. Back then in 2014, it was that cheap.
Yeah, I think
For a
now
couple.
it's very high.
Yeah,
at
it's
this
probably right now very high because they did renovation and then the prices went up. But until 2014, I lived for 1.5 years. It was very cheap, I would say. It was a good price. It had like a fridge, washing machine, and beds, and table and chair set, everything you need to live in. So you didn't need anything. You just need to come and start studying in Hokkaido University. So that's the fees, and that's the what you're going to pay for. Not every company or not every owner is going to charge you for this. Like management fee, some companies or some owners they don't have it and they don't even ask for it. Deposit fee, some people ask for 1 month, some people ask for 2 months, maybe some people ask even for 3 months. Cleaning fee, it depends from owner to owner. So these all can vary. So it depends from which company you are renting your place. Also, who is the owner of your room, of the apartment or mansion that you're going to. So it will decide how much you're going to pay initial fee. So if you are coming to Best Day, we say our service is cheaper. Our apartments are cheaper. And most time people would send us one link for the apartment on Best Day, another one from somewhere else, and say, look, these are the same price for the monthly fee. And then we start explaining them what will be cheaper in case of Best Day, because initial fee is way more cheaper. We don't pay, let's say, 3 months fee for the deposit. You just pay maybe 1 month. You don't pay management fee in Best Day. You pay in another one management fee. So there are two ways of calculation of the cost. One is monthly, another one is initial.
Yeah, I think that is pretty much summarized nicely. I think maybe for foreigners, sometimes we search even before coming here. I think they also will understand if they come across this. The topic about the year of construction. When I spoke to my Japanese friends, I have heard different opinions, and when I spoke to my international friends, they hardly know anything about it. And you can talk about the Hokkaido or Sapporo, and also you can say anything about Osaka and Tokyo also. Is it important or how? If it is so.
I think year of construction. If you check around, like that building, which is ASTN 11, so that building is newly built, and it was built just within 1 year. Instead of that building, there was an old building. So also there is another one building already built when I came here, but it's pretty new building. Both of those buildings are concrete because they're quite big enough. So they are new buildings. Most of the new buildings are concrete buildings, and probably they are using some kind of different method for that. And also, the year of the building is important because Japan is a humid place. If your building is old, it will smell humidity, and it will be kind of a yellowish walls, and all the sewage system will be old. So you'll encounter with several issues in the old building. That's why the year of the building is important. So Hokkaido is cold place, and if your building is old, there could be cracks in the building or in the wall that's not barely seen, but because of that crack, you can lose heat inside your room. I had my friend whose window and the wall that the window is connected had a scheme under the window, and it would blow. So they used to try to cover it with something and ask the apartment owner, they do something about it. So it was an old building. That's why when you're moving to a new place, you have to check the year of the apartment, year of the building to see how old it is. That will also give you some idea how will be the condition of the building or condition of the room.
People say the earthquakes, people are afraid, right?
The old buildings, they could be kind of dangerous maybe. Japanese think that way. Most of the time, Japanese don't keep old buildings. What they do is every, I don't know, 50 years or something, 30 years, they crush it down, build a new one instead of it. And most of what you find is they crush it down, they keep it empty for 1 year, and then they start building. So it takes some time.
So is it connected with the government buildings where the renting is very cheap?
Yeah, government buildings are quite old buildings. If you go there, you'll
years?
find out that they are old style. The rooms more or less good size, I would say, but still. And I have been to several of them. Floors are tatami most times.
Oh,
So government buildings are cheap because they are old. That's what they're. If they're renovated, probably they'll be more expensive. Or if they'll be new built buildings, they'll be expensive.
yeah, I think that's a good information. And there is something interesting, right, about government buildings for those who came as students without with marriage. There is free rent. What do you say?
Government buildings are cheaper. Like you can maybe pay 5,000 yen per month, but you will need to put inside everything by yourself, like from toilet sink maybe up to the heater and all those stuff you have to do. Okay, at the beginning it will be costly for the first month maybe, but later you'll pay almost nothing.
Is it only for families?
Probably couples and families are priority for that.
Oh.
So guys, tonight we have shared with you about the renting apartment in Japan or in Sapporo. And as you know, it's quite a broad topic. So that's why we will have several shootings, several sessions about it. So if you want to know more, we already have a kind of a broad session. You can check it in the description part. And for more, please join us next week. We'll have second session about renting apartment in Japan.